In the shadows of the kitchen, a forbidden love. Hello my family, I am here to share you my true love story which is written from my diary. Before that please help me by taking a moment to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Let us started. They say love is supposed to be pure, simple, and loyal. But what happens when love sneaks in through the back door, when it whispers in secret, behind the laughter of a family dinner, or between two stolen glances across the kitchen counter? I never planned to fall in love with my husband's younger brother. But somehow, it happened. My name is Marta. I've been married to George for 6 years. Our life looked perfect from the outside, nice house, weekend BBQs, matching Instagram smiles. But inside, things were different. George became distant. Cold. The warmth in our marriage faded like a sunset that never came back. I tried everything, romantic dinners, little notes, soft touches at night, but he pushed me away. Then came Liam. Georgie's younger brother. He moved into our house for a few months while job hunting in the city. He was 28, 5 years younger than me, charming, funny, with this spark in his eyes I hadn't seen in years. He noticed everything. The way I fixed my hair. How I hummed when I cooked. How sad my eyes looked when Daniel wasn't around. One evening, I was in the kitchen preparing dinner. The sun cast a golden hue across the room, and I stood there, chopping vegetables, lost in thought. Liam walked in behind me, his voice soft. Need help? I smiled politely. You'll just get in the way. He leaned closer, brushing against my arm, just slightly. Maybe I want to get in your way. That was the first time something shifted between us. Over the next few weeks, the air between us changed. Subtle glances. Longer conversations. A touch that lingered a second too long. It was dangerous. It was wrong. But it felt so alive. One afternoon, while George was out, I was baking in the kitchen. Flour on my hands, music playing low, the scent of cinnamon filling the air. Liam stepped in, barefoot, wearing a white shirt that hugged his chest. He leaned on the counter. You look happy today. I laughed. Flour does that to people. He walked over, gently brushing flour off my cheek, his hand lingering near my lips. And that's when it happened. That first kiss. It was soft. Hesitant. Like we were both afraid of the storm we were about to unleash. But we couldn't stop. Our hidden moments became routine. While George was in the shower, Liam and I would sneak into the kitchen, pretending to look for snacks. But really, we were looking for each other. Sometimes, he'd corner me between the fridge and the counter, his breath hot against my neck. Other times, he'd whisper things in my ear while I cooked, things that made my knees weak and my heart race. We never planned it. It just happened. In flour-covered aprons and half-finished meals. I began living for those few stolen moments. For the way Liam made me feel, seen, wanted, adored. I should have felt guilt. But instead, I felt alive for the first time in years. One night, during a family dinner, Liam sat across the table from me. Our eyes met more than once. George was talking loudly about work, his plate full, his eyes glued to his phone. But Liam, he was watching me. Every bite, every laugh, every soft smile, I could feel his gaze like a flame against my skin. Later that evening, I was in the kitchen doing dishes alone. Liam walked in silently, closed the door behind him, and whispered, I can't do this anymore. I want you. Not like this. Not in secret. My heart skipped. He stepped closer, placing his hand on mine. Tell me you feel it too. Tears welled in my eyes. Of course, I feel it. Every day. Every moment. His lips brushed mine again, slow and deep. Right there, Among the dishes and soap bubbles, we fell deeper. But secrets have a shelf life. One morning, George left his phone on the table. I wasn't trying to snoop, but a message popped up. It was from Liam. I missed last night. Her lips still taste like cinnamon. My breath stopped. I stared at the screen, hands trembling. My world crumbled in that second. I realized everything was about to come crashing down. George read the message minutes later. The silence was deafening. He didn't scream. He didn't cry. He just looked at me with eyes full of disbelief and heartbreak. You? With my brother? He whispered. I nodded, unable to lie anymore. It just happened. George walked out of the house that night. He didn't say where he was going. Liam came into the kitchen shortly after, his face pale. He knows, doesn't he? I nodded. We stood there, two lovers caught in the ruins of a family. Days passed. George moved out. Liam stayed with a friend. The house felt empty, cold again. But not like before. This time, it was the cold of consequence. Eventually, Liam came back to see me. We sat in the kitchen, the very place where our story began. He reached for my handy. I don't regret loving you, he said softly. Even if it broke everything. I looked into his eyes. Neither do I. But love should never come at the price of betrayal. We didn't kiss. We didn't hold each other. We just sat there, two broken hearts in the kitchen where it all began. Sometimes love comes like a quiet whisper in the wrong place. Sometimes it finds you when you're starved for warmth, and offers you fire. But fire, if not controlled, burns everything. I loved Liam. Deeply. But I also broke a bond one vowed to honor. And now, I live with both truths. Love and loss. This happens in my life. Thank you for listening. Please comment your suggestion. I read each and every one and take us input. See you next. Bye.